More and more people are jumping on the trend of a no buy or less consumption, under consumption, anti-consumption trend or movement going into 2025, and I find it extremely satisfying as part of the community of minimalists and anti-consumers. It's actually really great to finally see people being like, wait a second, I have 50 t-shirts, 20 body washes, just a bunch of stuff laying around that I'm not even using. What if I actually used all of that up first and then reconsidered whether I need to keep buying that or not? From the perspective of consumer debt, unnecessary waste, overflowing landfills, and worldwide pollution, this is just great. It's a great start. It's amazing that this momentum has been gained, because for me personally, this is what I want to see more of going into the next year, because I'm kind of tired of seeing people's holes. I don't really care about that stuff anymore. It doesn't really bring anything much to people's lives. But I want to bring a little bit of my perspective into this movement by starting this channel and posting daily videos to hopefully inspire and uplift others who are on this journey as well. This is my third year of doing low buy challenge, except for going into 2025. I want to focus on being it more extreme version, simply because I've developed such strong will to not purchase anything that you literally cannot influence me or convince me to be buying stuff. In this video, I'd like to share some tips for a successful no buy year, because just like with the fact that a lot of people going into the new year always want to start going to the gym, and January the gyms are overflowing with people. There are just so many of them, and then each month there's less and less and less people. I really hope that some of the tips might help keep this momentum going a little bit longer. And it's really about the discipline that you can develop within yourself, because the motivation with no buy challenge will literally leave you probably, if not after Christmas, after that dopamine rush left your body from opening all the presents, it will for sure happen by February. February is just such a difficult month. Even, I don't know, just in general, after Christmas, there's just not much to look forward to in the upcoming months, but February always gets me. I always feel the lowest, and I always feel like I need to plan ahead how I'm going to handle February. The whole reason why I'm personally doing an extreme no buy year is because nothing hits the same anymore for me. I remember when I used to buy things and they would like give me, of course, the dopamine rush for maybe a day or maybe a week, like if I bought something that I really was looking forward to. But now whatever I buy, I open it and I'm like, okay, I just like don't feel anything. I feel like the quality of everything went down so much that whatever you buy, it almost feels like it's not a good deal because you spend a lot of money and then you don't get that much. In order to have a successful no buy or low buy year, you have to have a very strong conviction as to why you are doing that. Your reasoning behind it will basically determine how you are able to withstand the temptations getting bombarded with ads. And in the times and moments when you are weak, aka possibly going to TJ Maxx or Home Goods, or just like feeling impulsive to purchase something, you really need to remember the reason why you started and possibly have it, as your lock screen or print it out and let it be somewhere visible so that you know why you are doing this. Whether your reason may be tackle your debt, save money for something, be more aware and conscientious when buying stuff, or be better with finances in general, you really need to make it visible. If you're a really big spender and if you spend a lot of money on just like random things this year, it's going to be really, really hard just cutting everything off completely and creating a really, really strict no buy list for yourself. So consider kind of easing into it by saying, okay, January I'll buy less of clothes, makeup, digital products, tools, whatever you are usually buying. By making these gradual and slow changes into your consumer spending habits, you will be able to feel a bit more accomplished and like you're gaining momentum, as opposed to setting such strict rules for yourself that you will basically feel completely unaccomplished and feel low and feel like a failure, and then you're going to go to stores to kind of feel that void of failing at something and just overspend again and fall back into the habits that you're trying to get away from. Having a successful no buy year also requires some mental workload and really looking within yourself as to why do you usually spend, when do you usually spend, really seeking basically those like voids or maybe past traumas and problems or challenges that really push you into spending. Once you do a lot of that mental work of finding out why you're trying to overcompensate by spending money, you might be more likely to actually work on healing those things and finding either healthier ways and coping mechanisms, as opposed to just like spending money and then ending up with no money, with unnecessary things, and still with those problems within. As we already know, this stuff just basically never fulfills us, but I really started thinking like this only after my frontal lobe developed, because to be honest, when I was in my early 20s, I think I was so dumb and I was just not able to think things through, and I realized that I only want to go to Bath and Body Works or Victoria's Secret or TJ Maxx or Home Goods whenever I was feeling low, whenever I just felt like I'm feeling really low, I'm feeling really sad, I'm gonna go buy something, it's gonna make me feel better. And short term, it might have worked maybe for an hour or 2 or that day, but long term, it really didn't work, and I still was left with the problem and the junk that I purchased and no money. Well, I've come a long way since then. I have minimized my life, simplified it, got rid of a lot of things, and most importantly, probably developed coping mechanisms that help me with my shopping habits, as well as building a life that I actually am in control of my finances, and consumerist culture has no impact or influence over me. So here's some quick tips that really helped me at the beginning when I was just starting. First, it was always given 24 hours from the impulse that I got or thought that I got to purchase something, to give myself the 24 hours to wait and think it over and never buy on the spot. Next, I deleted all online shopping apps from my phone. So if I did need to buy something, for example, from Amazon, I had to do it from my desktop computer, and every time I did, I wouldn't save my card information, so I would have to manually type in my card, and most of the time I would just get annoyed with the process and I would just stop. Another thing was also focusing on gratitude. I already have enough. This is also how I named my channel, Already Enough, because like I feel enough, I am enough, and I have enough. And most of us probably do too. Like, we already have enough. We have everything. We really do not need to go buy any extra stuff to make us happy, because the happiness can be within us. But through developing gratitude, I would also pull out the things that I own from like under my sink cabinet and put it on the counter, so I can see and visually be like, okay, all the things I already bought this year, all the things that have been gifted to me, this is great to visually see how much I already own. Another thing that I did daily was totally binge watch YouTube and TikTok video content on decluttering, minimizing. I just love it. Just like hits the right part of my brain whenever I see somebody open their closet or cabinets and there's just so much junk, and they actually get rid of the good amount of it, not like 2 or 3 things and then it's still a lot, but like they get rid of so much, and then you see it and it's like so perfect. Daily content of other people like this helped me tremendously, even though it's basically the same thing that we're all talking about, but it's also delivered a little bit differently by different people who experienced it. And it's also interesting to see how people do underconsumption or no buy in their own way, because there's levels to this thing and there's different levels that you can commit. It can be a little bit, it can be a lot. Another tip would be getting an accountability partner, because if you have somebody else who's also striving for the goals and you both are able to keep yourselves accountable, maybe having a weekly phone call and just check in, or maybe talk to each other at the moment of low, when you think, I am about to go and spend a lot of money on things I don't need, and then you call them or text them and they're able to help you out, that will also do it. So my goal really is to do Extreme 2025 no buy year, and every dollar that I save I'm going to put towards experiences, because I have some travel plans that I want to fulfill, but I also want to travel very comfortably and I want to upgrade certain things, because I think looking back, I don't remember the stuff I owned, but I remember the places I visited. And also I think my travel and trips, they do help bring me back to life and give me some sort of will to live again. It also helps me look at the things I own, I have, and just in general things that exist with completely different eyes. So here's some of my personal rules for Extreme No Buy 2025. I basically just want to pay the bills and buy groceries. And even with groceries, I want to cook at home more and be able to just like create a cozy home where I want to be and spend more time, instead of not wanting to be in a home and want to go hang out at the mall and spend money. The first one is a common one that a lot of people do, is absolutely no clothing. I'm allowed to buy one item, but I don't think I'm even going to do that because I have a perfect capsule closet that I've created and curated over the past few years for every season and every occasion, so there's really no need to purchase anything at all. But if there's a need, like an absolute need, I will buy it. It's totally fine too. The next one is no makeup purchases. I already have like a pretty simple makeup bag. I'm only allowed to basically repurchase a few things, and I usually get Sephora gift cards around my birthday in May, so that's when I go and buy some, but I don't feel super strict about it, but I also don't feel the need to buy. The next category is no beauty things. I particularly just do not have time at all, and I don't enjoy driving somewhere and then having to sit there for hours and hours and kind of have a forced small talk. It's just like not my thing. So I do my own hair, I trim it, and I don't dye it now, but I used to when I lived in Vegas, and I had a really awesome girl who did my hair, and it was just like a really good experience. But now that I moved out of Vegas, I came back to my natural hair color. I just don't even feel the need to do that, and I also don't want to sit in somebody else's chair for 5 hours. I'm not gonna do nails, Botox, or any other beauty procedures like brows or eyelashes. I don't like doing nails because I play ukulele, and I think like I don't like doing short nails. Like if I were to do nails, I need to do them long, but I can't do long nails. And playing ukulele is one of my hobbies. I always played when I'm feeling sad, and some days are sad. A lot of days are sad sometimes. So I need to keep my nails short. The only beauty category things I did in 2024 was getting massage and hair spa, which was really amazing. Actually, hair spa in Vegas was really cool because they just like massage your scalp and clean it and deep clean it, and that was really great. Next category is no home decor unless I'm supporting a small local business and if it's functional. So if it's a functional thing and I can actually use it pretty regularly and I'm able to support someone local, I will buy it, but I will not be buying from big corporations. Next category is no unnecessary junk, basically random stuff that like TJ Maxx or HomeGoods sells that is just like a cute thing that you can put up on the mantle and you really don't need, so I'm not buying any of that. So the only things I will be buying is paying bills, buying groceries, and booking trips. And of course, whenever I go on trips, my capsule closet, like my old clothes that are old to me, are new to the people that I meet because I'll constantly meet new people. So I also don't feel like people constantly see me in the same clothes, but I love my capsule closet because it eliminates the decision fatigue, and also laundry is so easy. Just like doing laundry once every 2 weeks, twice a month is so perfect because I hate doing laundry. But when I know that it's only an activity that I do twice a month, I actually have the energy to do it all and put it all back on its hangers. And when I travel, I don't feel the need to buy souvenirs, again, unless it is bought from a local vendor, business, or local family. It's a completely different experience for me. I also like to buy edibles because obviously like you use it up and then it's gone, and you're not stuck with an item for years and years and years and then donating it and then it ended up in a landfill anyway. I think that edibles, candles, or handmade soaps are great gifts. I've had some events happen to me in my life earlier this year and before that just made me completely reconsider everything in my life and look at everything with completely different eyes. So I need to become the final boss of underconsumption in 2025. It doesn't mean that I don't get ideas or impulses to buy something, because we're constantly bombarded with ads and ads and ads and people organically trying to sell us something. But I know that now I can at least think clearer and resist those temptations much easier. For example, my latest craving was purchasing Apple AirPods, but then I thought, you know what, my actual wired earphones of 7 years are still going strong. Apple AirPods have 3 major flaws about them. Number 1 is the price, obviously. Number 2, I hate charging things. There's actually like nothing I hate more in this life than charging things. I would rather leave my phone to die and just stay dead than like plug it in because I hate charging things, and I'm currently charging 3 things: my phone, my camera, and my electric hand warmers. I cannot physically and mentally add like more things to charge. I hate charging things. So that's the second flaw. And the third flaw, obviously we know now that Apple always does planned obsolescence for their products. So when you buy them, initially they work amazing, but over short time, I should say, they actually start working less and less, worse and worse. My hope for 2025 is that you'll be able to save money, spend less, develop healthy coping mechanisms, healthy habits when it comes down to your relationship with money, and that you'll actually find something that makes you truly happy. Comment down below what your rules, tips, and tricks are for 2025 No Buy Challenge, and thanks for watching.